So this video can be found at the moment on my YouTube channel, A Day in the Nebula, but also and forevermore on my Telegram channel. I will be moving over to Telegram, just to let you know. Look up at Journey Through the Nebula, no spaces, and you should find me and my channel and then join. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about I've been talking about the privacy of technology, and that's one thing. But actually a bigger thing is the way that technology has been designed to affect us, and getting back to being a real primal human being. So many of our anxiety issues are because of the way the technology is wired. The technology is designed to have us always focusing, have us always gaining input from an external stimuli. It's kind of focusing, perhaps isn't the right word, but always consuming information. And consuming information is good, but you need time to digest the information. And because of the lack of privacy, the ads and the YouTube videos and the Facebook feed become more and more customized, become more and more designed to grab your attention, and your own attention for your own life gets stolen from you every day, multiple times a day, again and again, to the point where it ruins many of our lives. It's not uncommon for it to be ruining people's lives, especially people in my generation and the generations below me. And so what am I doing about it? Well, as I've said before, I'm de-googling my phone at some point, where I'm removing all the spyware stuff and just getting back to a basic version. And then I'm going to use some more simplified apps. Using Telegram. One of the reasons I like Telegram is because it's simple. It feels more tribal. There's no like system. There's no feeling of trying to impress everybody with how cool you are. It's just like you're just messaging people, and you have groups and you have channels and stuff, and it's cool. It's simple. And this is what I want. Is I don't want a Facebook feed. I don't want list after list after list of things carefully designed to capture my attention and change the way the dopamine works in my brain. So the privacy thing that I said is I think it's a big deal. But I think a bigger deal is the way it affects you. Forget the way that these messed up companies are supported by you using these things. Forget all of that. And that's one of the reasons why I was like, screw this. But think about what's the daily impact on me like? And do you remember? Because some people in my generation barely remember a day when we weren't constantly consumed by technology. Some of us had Game Boys and were on the computer and were constantly occupied by all of that stuff for pretty much the most of life that we remember. But I tell you, if you just feel passively anxious, if you just feel passively like, I don't get it, my life isn't going anywhere, this isn't working, then try looking at your technology, try reconfiguring it in a way where it's not quite so captivating. So I'm getting rid of Instagram, Facebook. I'm going to use something to kind of dampen the YouTube kind of algorithm and stuff. I'm going to use it through like a third-party thing where It doesn't have a customized suggestion feed kind of thing. And that's quite big actually for me, because I watch a lot of YouTube and I'm very interested in things, and I'm very interested in learning about things. But I can make the sacrifice of being recommended videos and just search things up and just get recommendations to follow channels and stuff, rather than just lose my ability to focus on anything because my attention is being taken by constant, here's another video you might want to watch. And honestly, if I just subscribe to particular channels and I choose them and I just watch that, and that's what I do, I focus on those things, I'll probably get more from them than just like, oh, that looks interesting, that looks interesting. And then the recommendations start to become like an echo chamber, where it's not just that you're watching the channels that you're interested in and that you want to follow and that you feel that you gain something from, but YouTube starts to just recommend only what it thinks you'll agree with. And you watch that stuff because you're like, oh, that seems interesting. And then it's like, why am I watching this? I agree with it. It's in the same vein of thought that I'm used to thinking. But I didn't really go out my way because I was like, yes, this is going to really add to my life. It was just recommended to me and looked interesting, so I went, fuck it, I'll watch it. And it's that cycle of, fuck it, I'll scroll a bit more, I'll watch another video, I'll comment this, faff about on this, and then you just kind of fuck it your whole life away. So yeah. Okay, so this is that was the part of the video where I'm just talking roughly about the idea of it. Now I'm going to get into specifics. If you're not interested in hearing specifics of some of my thoughts and ideas about how to actually practically change the technology, then you can switch the video off here. But if you're interested in hearing some of the specifics, then here I go. So look into getting like a de-googled phone. It may be easier for you to buy one rather than to do it yourself. You can do it with your own phone if you have like an Android phone, but it's not easy. You can brick your phone, especially if you're not a techie, so you just want to be careful there. But if not, perhaps think of reinstalling Android and just starting from basics, or at least deleting a bunch of apps that you don't want to use. Think about what social media you actually want to use. Think about what social media adds to your life. I've started the progress of telling everybody, hey, I'm moving over to Telegram. And, I like you guys. I'd like to be able to be in contact with you. But I don't want to use Facebook. I don't want to use Messenger. So, if here's where I am. And, I've been thinking about getting an old sort of Nokia type phone and putting my SIM card in there and trying to use that a bunch of the time. And also, if you use your computer or PC a lot, think about what's on there. Think about how much time you use on there. Honestly, for me, I've got a big sort of desktop thing. It's pretty bulky. I don't actually spend a lot of time in there, so that's not a huge concern for me. But just look up and look at other people's ways that they have started to make technology work for them. and look into thinking what you could do, and be realistic. Be realistic at the life you want to live. Don't just sort of deprive yourself. I'm going to delete Facebook and deactivate your Facebook account, and then, 1 month later you're like, oh, fuck it. I'll come back. And be realistic about, how many friends have you got on Facebook? Hey, be careful. Be careful you don't go, I'm going to quit Facebook. And then you quit Facebook and then you realize, oh, damn, how I don't have contact with that person. So really think about this stuff. Really consider it. Yeah, Steve Jobs had this vision with the iPhone, which was like, do all the things that we do, like phoning and listening to music and stuff, but do it beautifully. And I think we want to live in the world beautifully, and we want to have these devices that add to our lives. We can take photos, we can record videos, we can get in contact with each other, we can create things, we can listen to music and be inspired. And I think we should start thinking about technology in this way, and then thinking about when technology has started to use us, and when we start to feel it's just like a drug, like we're being drugged by the technology, then it's time to start realizing that it's not really working for us, and start to view that way of technology functioning in our lives as the enemy is perhaps a bit harsh, but I think it gets the point across. When technology is using you and you're using it as a drug, technology is not your friend. Technology is your enabler. Technology is your drug dealer, So, that's my thoughts. I think that was a good one. I enjoyed that. Yeah, thanks guys. Love you guys. Bye.